Ohtani to the Dodgers for $700 million. I mean, there's a lot of controversy with this contract.
I don't know if it's controversy because the Dodgers did not do anything illegal. Deferred contracts, there's a structure of rules that you have to operate by. Padres have deferred contract money, some to Fernando Tatis, I believe some to Bogarts, maybe some to Manny Machado. There is a structure of how you handle the deferred contract payments and how much it accounts year by year to the luxury tax. So the Dodgers use creative financing. Now, I was flabbergasted. I'd been told by one of the agents that I deal with that the price tag was $400 million deferred. And then the agent confirmed it was $680 million out of the $700 million.
Right.
I was just floored by that. But that's not free money. The Dodgers, will owe him all this money starting in 2034 when his career is probably over. He agreed not to take any interest in the deferral. But as part of the formula, the Dodgers have to put a certain percentage of each guaranteed year into a reserve fund that they can't touch. It's like, I want to say it's 5 to 8% of each year's salary that he'll be getting goes into a reserve fund. Cannot be used for anything else. So it's not like the Dodgers get him dirt free, $2 million per season for the next 10 years. Mm-hmm. They will have to make a payment every year into the reserve fund based on the contract that he's getting, $70 million per season. So that's the complexities there. I was told 5 teams made proposed contracts. They presented the same deferral thing to each of the teams. I was told 2 to 3 of the teams said no. I was told that Toronto had offered $600 million. At the last day, the Dodgers took it up to $700 million because they knew what the structure would be and they could afford to pay that money out. And again, the deferred money does not come till 2034 and runs for a decade after that. They also gave Ohtani the freedom to continue to use the structure he used while with the Angels. His own set of doctors, his own training regimen, his regimen to rehab, although he will use the Dodger doctors as part of the rehab because the Dodgers do have a good history of helping guys rehab. The Dodgers owe not just Ohtani, they owe Freddie Freeman $57 million deferred. They owed Mookie Betts $115 million deferred. So the Dodgers will continue to pay into that reserve fund for 3 players going forward. And all this, the Dodgers payroll as of this afternoon, as we're doing our Thursday podcast, is $181 million. Creative financing.
Yeah.
They got rid of a bunch of contracts. Mm-hmm. Ohtani gave them deferral. They still have about $53 million to use to go get more pitching. And that might be Yash Yamamoto, who they met with for 4 hours at Dodger Stadium at the end of the week. By the way, all the Dodger stars were part of that roundtable.
Right on.
Ohtani was there. Freeman was there. Betts was there. Kershaw did a conference call. So the Dodgers still have a fair amount of money and budget space to go get a frontline starter. So now the question, do the Dodgers win the bidding war for Yamamoto, and that completes their offseason? Or do the Dodgers go somewhere else, make a trade for Dylan Cease, or do something with Tyler Glasnow and a big trade with Tampa that might now also involve Randy Arozarena, a much bigger deal? So I'm kind of fascinated with what they did and kind of looking forward to seeing what the next domino to fall looks like.
Yeah, this is amazing how this is all going down. Well, first of all, I don't blame the Dodgers at all. They're creative. They figured out a way to do this. We knew that Ohtani to LA was the most likely landing spot for him. There was a couple of things about this that kind of irked me a bit. Number one is that this deferral compensation, which sounds interesting, is a little bit like Bobby Bonilla, right? But didn't the Padres offer something similar to Aaron Judge? And wasn't that sort of look frowned upon either by sports writers or by the league? And then the second part of it isn't it weird how when the Padres make a big spending spree to get Machado, to get Bogarts, to get all these big name players, everyone says it's bad for baseball. But when the Dodgers get Ohtani, they say it's good for baseball.
Superstar goes to a super franchise. That's item one. Big market baseball is what drives TV ratings, etc. So baseball's perspective, that's a positive. I don't know that the condemnation of Seidler and the Padres' way of doing business was anything more than questioning sustainability in a small market.
Hmm.
Los Angeles's market, Yankees market, much different size markets
Right.
in terms of ability to draw. We have 3.5 million here to draw. That's all we're getting, whether they're Padre fans or it's displaced Pirate fan coming to see his team. That's it, 3.5 mil. Can you generate the kind of revenue you need to generate to support the wildly long contracts that Preller gave out to every one of his guys? So that's a big issue. I don't know that it was so much a condemnation of Seidler, what the hell you doing, as it is the word sustainability. And of course, the Padre people got all peeved that anybody nationally would question their ability to sustain what they did. Well, 1 year later, here we are. What's the answer? Not sustainable.
Well, but that's not because the Padres have a cash flow problem. I mean, it's because the debt ratio thing that the Major League Baseball is condemning them for. And then the Padres took out that short-term loan, but teams do that all the time. Yep. That's not an indication of any sort of crisis. So I don't know. I mean, Ohtani, the Dodgers, it sort of seemed inevitable. Good on them for this creative financing, but maybe when they do the next collective bargaining agreement, this sort of thing may be addressed.
Needs to be addressed further. Do we want to circle back to the topic we talked about 2 months ago about salary cap, luxury tax, Florida spending, which makes baseball a better sport for people in Kansas City and Detroit, Pittsburgh, the Yankees and Angels and Dodgers, and they're going to do what they're going to do. Baseball has to make the competitive balance better in all of baseball. So now that all the goodwill you had on your Caribbean cruise has gone out the door, now you're eternally pissed. Are you more upset that the Padres didn't get the right package for Soto, or are you more upset at the whole funding deal the Dodgers executed to get Showtime?
No, I mean, I'm good with the Dodgers, their creativity. I mean, tip of the hat to Friedman and his guys for putting that together, and Ohtani for suggesting the idea. I mean, it may turn out to be a boon for him. I mean, obviously the time money thing is not going to be as valuable down the road, but I mean, I think the Dodgers are probably still not going to be a guaranteed lock. They're still going to have the Dodger curse and Dave Roberts and all that other stuff to deal with. And Ohtani can't pitch, but I am still kind of rubbed the wrong way by the whole Soto thing. I wanted to keep him. And if their hand was forced, that's upsetting. But I was afraid it was going to be like the Jake Peavy trade where you get like Clayton Richards and a bunch of maybes. And I think that's what we got.
Sorry to have ruined all the good experiences you had on vacation. But topic 3, at least you're not